Hello and welcome to Bottom Line. Tonight, viewers, will look into two issues from the region. One, the campaign trail in Assam in the run-up to the 2021 Assembly elections, where the BJP has clearly made a big head start with two of its biggest mascots touring the state in the same week. What does it mean to the political equations in the state? Again, we shall also connect to top pressure group leaders from Meghalaya to know their future course of action on the ILP issue, on the ILP demand after a possible meeting with Union Home Minister Amit Shah could not take place on Saturday last. But first, to the political scenario in Assam. Well, it has been a week of high-profile campaigning for the BJP, with both Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah holding mega rallies in the state within a span of 24 hours. The high-profile visits have definitely set the agenda for the polls as far as the BJP is concerned. First, the BJP has clearly identified issues it wants to campaign around this election. Besides, the Saffron Party also seems to be taking along with ease its allies in the campaigning process. So is it clearly advantage BJP at the moment? Is the Mahagathbandhan lacking the push in the run-up to the polls? And more importantly, is politics of polarization the new normal this election? To discuss this issue, I'll be joined shortly by Janki Goswami, BJP spokesperson from Assam, will join us shortly. Champak Kalita, AIUDF General Secretary and spokesperson, is also joining us. In the studios, we have Congress spokesperson Netra Ranjan Chaudhary and Assistant Director of Think Tank CDPS Arnav Goswami also joins us from Guwahati. A very warm welcome to all of you, gentlemen. Well, if I can come to the studios to Mr. Netra Ranjan Chaudhary first. Well, clearly, you cannot deny the fact, isn't it? The BJP has got a good head start in the run-up to the polls.
Well, thanks, Navarun, and good evening, everybody. See, as you have said, BJP has started with the star campaigners in the very beginning of this poll, seasons. So, doesn't it shows their nervousness? Doesn't it shows that they are running out of the agenda? Doesn't it shows that
maybe it shows that they're preparing better than you?
No, exactly, not
they're
exactly.
They're doing their homework.
Not exactly. I'm saying that whatever they promise, let them submit the report card. And that's it. Why they are not talking about whatever promises they were making since 2016? Why they are silent on that thing? Let them submit the report card, whatever they promised to the people of Assam, and why? And that shows the nervousness that they are forced to feel the prime campaigners. That clearly shows nervousness in particular in Assam.
Champak Kalita, the same question to you, Champak Kalita. BJP जो है एकदम जैसे कि दो हाई प्रोफाइल लीडर्स के कैंपेनिंग हुए हैं 2 दिनों में. इट्स पोल्स आर स्टिल वी कैन से अ लिटिल फार अवे, बट बाकी जो है देखा जाए तो इतना कुछ हलचल नहीं है. महागठबंधन बना है, बट क्लियरली जहाँ तक कैंपेनिंग का सवाल है, मोमेंटम का सवाल है, इट इज़ एडवांटेज बीजेपी एट दिस मोमेंट, इजंट इट?
देखिए, हिंदी में कहावत है, ऊंची दुकान फीका पकवान. मतलब बहुत बड़ा हाइप मिला है, प्राइम मिनिस्टर है, होम मिनिस्टर है, स्टेट में गवर्नमेंट है, तो हाइप उनको मिलना है. लेकिन जो उनका दोनों बड़े बड़े नेताओं का, नरेंद्र मोदी और अमित शाह का, किसी ने भी लेकिन आसाम के प्रॉब्लम को एड्रेस नहीं किया. आसाम इतना बड़ा अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट प्रॉब्लम से जूझ रहा है, आसाम सीएए से जूझ रहा है, आसाम का इतना बड़ा जो डीइंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन हुआ है, नौगांव कागज कर, काछाड़ कागज कर, ये जो बंद हो गया है, लेकिन किसी भी एक नेता ने इसको एड्रेस नहीं किया. इसीलिए मैंने कहा कि नाम बड़े दर्शन छोटे. हाँ, बड़ा आपने बहुत बोला कि उससे बहुत बड़ा मीटिंग की, लेकिन इसका इम्पैक्ट वोट पे नहीं आएगा, क्योंकि लोगों को मालूम हो गया कि बीजेपी एक दूसरा रास्ता में जाके फिर एक बार खट्टा आम आसाम में बेचना चाहती है, लेकिन बीजेपी का खट्टा आम आसाम में इस बार बिक्री नहीं होगा.
Okay, first comments. Arnav Goswami, Assistant Director CDPS. Well, despite what the opposition, the representatives of the opposition parties may say, clearly the BJP is going by its plan for the elections, and everything seems to be smooth as of now, isn't it, Arnab?
Yes, and the one thing if you see here, the opposition is quite fragmented now. Even to the people, though they are seeing BJP as one force, and if you go to who is the opposition, now it is totally fragmented. There is a Congress, there is a ARDF, there are many regional forces which have come up recently. So we are not seeing an united, or you say a visible opposition. So BJP is totally getting a momentum as well as a total visibility.
But the Congress would say we are one with the AIUDF, Arnab. We are together now. We are one grand alliance. So how can you say the opposition is not visible?
Yes, but you see as you yourself have said, Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister, Amit Shah, the Home Minister, they have visited, but we have not seen high-profile visits from top leaders from Congress.
No high-profile visits from top leaders of the Congress. Of course, we have
well,
seen,
just to take this, your concern, yes, of course, definitely the leaders will, travel in, campaign in due course of time, and they are very much touch with the people also. But already our state leadership has already, thrown 24 relevant questions and, asking the Honorable Prime Minister of India to respond. We are surprised we haven't heard any response for those 24 relevant questions. So if our state leadership is itself good enough, doesn't it show that they are good enough to take on? Why they are silent? Why they are not responding to those questions? As simple as that. To the point you responded that
all that is fine, Mr. Nityaranjan Chaudhary, but yet the Congress is not in power right now, let's face it. It's a BJP-led government in the state, and the reason for that is because the Congress couldn't get through, the Congress couldn't make it, the Congress couldn't get the numbers last election, which means you definitely have some amount of catching up to do. For catching up to do, you have to reach out to the people. Reaching out to the people means rallies, campaigns, which means star power, more campaigns, more reaching out. Why is that not happening?
Well, Congress party do not believe in jumlas. It may be a old tried and tested, propaganda. Congress party do not believe in the tactics of polarizations. Congress party do not believe in cheap, way of dividing and, creating chaos among people. Congress party is not for those things. So probably, people or some people maybe are used to seeing those sort of jumlas, gimmicks and all. You throwing, wasting the, government money. So probably that's the, feeling you are having. But the thing is that we are very much, in touch with the public of Assam, and they are very much aware of all, whatever is being promised and what is being delivered.
Congress party doesn't believe in jumlas. Champak Kalita, आपने कहा कि जो मुद्दे हैं, जो असली मुद्दे, उनको कोई नहीं उठा रहा है, बट असली मुद्दों को तो शायद AIUDF भी नहीं उठा रहा है. अगर हम देखें, अगर हम कैंपेनिंग देखें, अगर कैंपेन ट्रेल देखें, अगर द काइंड ऑफ स्टेटमेंट्स दे आर मेड, AIUDF भी नहीं उठा रहा है.
नहीं, आपने क्या नहीं किया. AIUDF का मसूदी अजमल से लेके कंस्टिट्यूएंसी लेवल का रिजल्ट है. सब लोगों ने बोला है रोटी कपड़ा मकान से काम नहीं चलेगा. रोटी कपड़ा मकान, शिक्षा, चिकित्सा और रोजगार. हम लोग को 6 चाहिए 6. अभी हम लोग शिक्षा के लिए, चिकित्सा के लिए, रोजगार के लिए हमेशा बोलते हैं, लेकिन क्या होता है अनफॉर्चुनेटली कोई बीच का जो मसाला वाला कैच किया जाता है. अभी हम लोग अभी लगे हुए हैं, और अभी जो आपका ग्रैंड अलायंस हुआ है, ग्रैंड अलायंस में जो फील गुड फैक्टर है, जो नीचे में हम लोग को एक मोरल बूस्ट मिला है, इससे बीजेपी का सांस खुला हुआ है. इसीलिए बीजेपी हिमंत बिश्व शर्मा कल एक झूठ बोल गया है नलबाड़ी में कि बतद्रमा में एग्रेशन है, बतद्रमा में कोई बाहर के लोग वहां आके दखल किया है. ये गलत बात है, क्योंकि असेंबली का रिप्लाई है कि बतद्रमा सत्र का एक इंच जमीन भी किसी दूसरे ने वो नहीं किया.
बट आर यू डिनाइंग,
इसीलिए तो झूठ बात बोलने,
आर यू डिनाइंग कि सत्रो लैंड हैज नॉट बीन एनक्रोच्ड अपॉन, कि दखल नहीं हुआ है? वी आर बीइंग जॉइंड by Janki Goswami of the BJP. Janki Goswami, the Congress and the AIUDF here feels that because the BJP is nervous, so we have had two high-profile visits in the last in the last 2 days in the last week because the BJP is nervous ahead of the polls. First reactions.
Yeah. See, the visit of the Prime Minister was an official visit where he had undertaken the task of distribution of land pattas. And of course, the visit of Amit Shah ji was a political visit. But then this is prior to the elections, and it is, I think, very routine of our party, not only our party, of any party, to have in fact, if you observe the Congress, if you look at the Congress strategy, then Jitendra Singh has come and he has, he has made himself available here locally for quite some time now. You will also see other leaders of their party visiting Assam very frequently and holding meetings at their own level. So I think it is very natural if not only because of the elections, but because of our party, because of all other agendas also, it is very normal and it is very routine of our leaders visiting the state, and it had happened earlier also. But then it is not because we are nervous. There is no question of being nervous, because if you see the Prime Minister's official visit, he was here to distribute land pattas in Upper Assam. So the question of being nervous does not arise at all. And why should we be nervous? When we are very clear of our strategies, when we are very, very confident of the work that we have done, as our party president Ranjit Das had clearly stated, that we are this time depending on AA, our achievement and our the advisory work that we have done at our organizational level, we are very clear about it. So there is no question of being nervous anywhere.
No question of being nervous, but again, the Congress here says they had a set of 24 questions for the top BJP leadership. For the Prime Minister, the BJP is not, and even the AIUDF has said the BJP is not touching on the key issues, afflicting the state.
Well, also to add into it, if you can allow, thanks for the BJP, respected BJP representative, thanks for admitting that, it is being a rule in BJP, government that they are, yes, which is a government responsibility, which actually is done by mandals. I don't know, it doesn't make his overall status dwarf by making him a responsibility which normally mandal does. But anyway, that's a different thing.
What is the problem? If the Prime Minister wants,
but then
he can even choose to serve a glass of water to a common man. What is the problem?
The thing is that they are saying they are mixing up, political program with their government responsibilities. And also she has mentioned about AA. If you can recall, previous elections, Modi ji was saying Asta Lakshmi, and then A for Assam, and now they are saying AA. So probably by next time they will say AAA, and then quadruple A, like that. Things will move on. So new jumlas, new
that
promises,
is for the BJP.
dreams
That is for the
BJP.
BJP. But at least they are making an effort. What I'm trying to say is that why does the Mahagathbandhan look dormant? Why does the Mahagathbandhan look dormant? Why is there no momentum?
Is this question for us?
Yes.
Okay, so Mahagathbandhan, see, this alliance and all, if you see all political parties, this happens in a course of time, and in the process has already been started. And look at the overall sentiment of the public. There is a strong anti,
yes, we will come to you, Champak Kalita will come to you.
Let's not rule out the underlying current, underlying anti-incumbency things, and definitely things will develop fast. But rather, I'm surprised why BJP is so much confident of their winning, why they are, so much worried, where somebody is dormant, who is campaigning or not, if they are so much confident. So
the BJP is not worried, is the question that we are raising. Yes, Champak Kalita, you wanted to make a point. Champak Kalita ji, you wanted to make a point. Boliye.
आपने बार-बार पूछा कि महागठबंधन का मोमेंटम क्यों नहीं आया है? क्योंकि अब हम लोग चेचर है, हम लोग चेस करेंगे, पीछा करेंगे। अभी उनका फास्ट बैटिंग चल रहा है, हम लोग अभी बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं, उनका विकेट गिर रहा है। बीपीएफ गया अभी एजीपी का खाली मंत्री लोग है, नीचे आदमी नहीं है, सब लोग गया। अभी इसके बाद हम लोग का बैटिंग आएगा तो आप मोमेंटम देखिएगा हम लोग का।
विकेट तो खैर कांग्रेस के भी गिर रहे हैं। या Arnab, would you agree that the Mahagathbandhan definitely needs a lot more momentum if they want to be a serious contender to the BJP?
Yes, of course. See, as a non-political participant here in this discussion, let me say, when a person like me votes, I would like to vote someone who is more visible, whose party has some specific agendas for the people. Now, what I am seeing, as a common man, I am seeing BJP everywhere, but very less of the other parties. So this is one aspect where the Mahagathbandhan and the other parties has to increase their presence, their visibility, and has to gain more momentum to fight BJP in the state.
चंपक कलिता, पहली बात तो ये है कि आप लोगों ने महागठबंधन बनाने में इतना टाइम लगा दिया। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल was there a confusion, was there reluctance कि इतना टाइम लगा दिया? So do you think already you have given the advantage to the BJP?
सहज पके सो मीठा हो, धीरे धीरे पकने से मीठा होता है। हम लोग इसलिए धीरे धीरे पके हैं और मीठा भी होंगे। और आपको मैं बोला ना कि दे आर ओनली स्पेशलिस्ट इन T20, बट वी आर स्पेशलिस्ट इन टेस्ट मैच, वन डे एंड T20। दैट इज नाउ वी आर इन वन डे मोड। Last 2 months we are in a test match mode. Now we are in a one day mode, and later on आप देखिएगा हम लोग T20 का भी मोड पे आएंगे और खेल भी जीतेंगे।
See, I would like to comment on this. Rather than they calling us nervous, we should call them nervous, because as you see, the alliance that they have created, you know, where you have Congress, you have the AUDF, you have parties like CPM, CPIM, then Gana Morcha. Then if you see, they have no ideological match with each other. They have come together just because they are nervous of the BJP, and they are absolutely perplexed because they have seen, as I told you, our party president Ranjit Das has clearly mentioned about AA. AA is achievements of the government and the achievements at our structural level, at the booth level, at the mandal level, at the organization level that we have. So we are very, very confident of our win. If you see, we have a Karyakarta base of around 42 lakh Karyakartas. So it is the strong team of the BJP that will help us win. And apart from that, if you see their Gathbandhan, there is no ideological match whatsoever with one party and the other party. They have come together only because if you ask them what is their strategy, what is their agenda is to stop BJP. Why not your agenda is about development? Why not your agenda is about the progress of the people? Why not your agenda is about the progress of the state? Why is your agenda only stopping BJP? Why do you want to stop BJP? Because they know that if they let BJP come to power, they will not be able to achieve any of the vested interests that these parties have. They just want to stop BJP because they want to stop progress and development of the state. That is all.
Respond.
There is no ideological match. One is of the left wing, one is of the right wing.
मुझे हंसी आ रही है, जिस पार्टी ने PDP के साथ मिलकर जम्मू कश्मीर में गवर्नमेंट बनाया और ये दूसरे को आइडियोलॉजी का सर्टिफिकेट मान रहे हैं। आप तो कहीं और बांटिएगा, आसाम में नहीं। अभी देखिए बीजेपी का पर्यायवाची हो गया है आप लोग का अडानी और अंबानी। अभी इंडिया का रेल का पटरी पे अडानी का ट्रेन चलना शुरू हो गया है। आपने रेलवे स्टेशन बेच दिया है।
नहीं, let's talk about state specific issues.
आपने कृषि आयोग ला के इंडिया का
चंपक कलिता जी, let's talk about Assam specific issues.
हमने अगर PDP के साथ अलायंस किया है, हमने 370 को भी हटाया है।
अभी आप लोगों ने एक भी बड़ा घटना नहीं, आसाम में डेवलपमेंट की बात नहीं बोला है, आसाम में अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट की बात नहीं बोला है, आसाम में आज 80 लोग मर गए हैं कागज कल का, वो 5000 कागज कल और ये कागज कल का बिना पंखा के चिकित्सा का बिना लुट गए हैं। और आप लोग डेवलपमेंट के बारे में बोलते हैं। बीजेपी का पर्यायवाची है तो ये ध्वंसात्मक है, इसीलिए बीजेपी को हटाना यही डेवलपमेंट है।
बीजेपी को हटाना।
Well, just to add into it, I mean, it's thanks. She is saying, Honorable BJP Representative Singh, let's talk about development. I'm just giving you just one sample, you know. Again, this is all in public domain, you can check. The Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, CMIE, this data is about unemployment in 2016. Let me use just 1 minute. Unemployment rate in April 2016 was 0.7%. And that was, you know, when you took over from Congress. And now it is April 2020, it is precisely 11.1%. Your government is in state, your government is in center. Why is this unemployment? Now, so let's talk about these development issues. You know, let's talk about flood, let's talk about, you know, whatever you are doing. You are not at all interested about the, you know, matters of Assam. And now talking about the issues of Assam is really sounds like a big joke, you know.
Again, the common answer would be you rule for 50 years.
No.
You rule for 50 years.
Okay, we are told that
Yeah, I would let the BJP
we say the 60
I would
साल
let them-
कांग्रेस ने क्या no, this is important. 60 साल कांग्रेस ने क्या 6 साल हमको दे दो 6 साल हो गया अभी और कितना साल चाहिए? Do you want to say the same topic and rule for another 60 years saying all about Congress and Congress? So come on, yeah, submit your report card. That is as simple as that.
Let me tell you our report cards. Our report card is the distribution of land pattas to more than 1 lakh people, to indigenous people, and our dream of giving land pattas to another 1 lakh people, and we will turn it into reality very soon. Our report card is about the construction of 11,000 roads that we have already completed. Our achievement and our report card is about the yesterday, if you see, I mean, day before yesterday, when Amit Shah had gone to Kokrajhar, he had done the inauguration of around 7 projects, and one of the projects is a very remarkable project, which is establishment of a medical college in Tamulpur. So this is our report card. There is no end to it. The construction of bridges, the construction of roads, the construction of medical colleges, the construction of universities, the construction of engineering colleges. So actually there is no end to it. There is no end to it. If you talk about what you talked about unemployment, so let me give you an answer to that. Unemployment is an issue which is a long-standing issue for our country and for our state, and it is very unfortunate because if you look at our state, we have a population of around 3.5 crore. Now, the employment opportunities, because when we talk about employment, we only consider the employment that is there, the registered employment rate which is there at the employment exchange. So, when we talk about employment, I have generally seen the trend that people talk about employment in the government sector. But unfortunately, there are no government vacancies as many as people. So, if we consider, we also have to look at the efforts that our government has done for engagement of people, for employment of people other than the government sector.
But then
if you today see, we have also, yes, that's what I'm coming to it. Let me complete my sentence. I'm coming to it. If you look at deployment of Mudra loans, there are around 10 lakh people in Assam who are beneficiaries of the Mudra loan, who have started their own business. If you look at certain Asoni, the schemes that we have declared, like Ghore Ghore Pukhuri, Ghore Ghore Mas, if you see, it is very actually, I won't call it an achievement, but it is our satisfaction to see that the people, the rural youth of our state, they are engaging in, fish culture. So the production of fish has gone up. They are engaging in agriculture. The production of agriculture has gone up. We have set up a cargo.
One point, if she
it is very heartening for us to see that now today we are able to export vegetables from Assam. It is a matter of pride for us.
I'm giving you the exact data.
It is a matter of pride for us. So how has that been generated? That has been generated because we are.
Crore just for creating that
beneficiaries.
That has 43,000 crores just for government's money. 4 years 43,000 versus Congress rule.
Okay, before I go for a break, Champak Kalita wants to make a point. Yes, very quickly, Champak Kalita.
देखिए, मोदी जी का टाइम पे 4 करोड़ लोगों का नौकरी गया है। IMF का रिपोर्ट आ गया है, बांग्लादेश से इंडिया भी पीछे है और अभी जो ये जो मुद्रा लोन और फिशरी के बारे में बोल रहे हैं, वो ऐसा ही है जैसे मंडल ने पट्टा देता है ना, पट्टा जो मंडल का काम आके ये पटवारी का काम आके प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने किया है, ऐसा ही मुद्रा
नहीं,
लोन है।
अगर नहीं, मुझे ऐसा
ये पटवारी का काम अगर प्रधानमंत्री करने लग गया तो देश किधर जा रहा है, सोच लीजिए।
नहीं, ये जो आर्गुमेंट है आपका, आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड। वेल, द प्राइम मिनिस्टर कॉल्स हिमसेल्फ द प्रधान सेवक, सो आई डोंट थिंक it's a view from the common man's point of view. From the common man's point of view, there is nothing technically wrong with it.
देश का नहीं।
Actually, the opposition is at fear. They are perplexed at the visit of our two great leaders. So that's why they are perplexed and they are trying to create a mountain out of a molehill.
Opposition is at fear.
Well,
They are trying to create a mountain out of a molehill. That's all they are trying to do.
Innumerable time to Assam. Let him try always. There should not be any excuse. Let them send all the what you have done it in Delhi. And let's listen this time.
Okay, we'll have to go for a very short break here. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching Bottom Line. We're discussing the run-up, the campaigning to the Assam Assembly Elections 2021. Arnab Goswami, the Congress and the AIUDF may point out, may give out figures of unemployment and of the economy going down. But then is it also not a fact that even they have failed to raise any specific development issue other than targeting the BJP?
Yes, that's the truth. Because you see, whenever there is an election, you not only target the opposition, you have also to say what are the things that you are going to do when you come to power. There has to be a specific agenda that these are the particular things that you are going to do. Now, BJP is focusing on their achievements and they are also saying what is their future agenda if they come to power. So this is one thing which the opposition is lacking at present. This has to be presented in a better way. They may be doing it, but it's still not fully visible to the public. So this is very much necessary because they not only have to defeat the BJP, they have to also convince the people of Assam that they are going to do better than the BJP. That's the thing.
Netaranjan Chaudhary, can you just say the BJP is communal, so denounce the BJP? Is that the only argument you have running into the polls, where people, where the BJP has over the years, in a way, if I can say, presented its development agenda in a much better package?
Well, see, generally people had lots of expectations when there was a thumping majority, the BJP government had. Both as well as center, and lots of expectations. Let's see certain things beyond politics. We were told about Parivartan and Achhe Din. People were really excited. People had lots of expectations from this government. But what is the reality? It's all about blunt lies, false dreams, and then which were called as just playing with people's emotions, that you will get 15 lakhs. And all these things.
The BJP
and what happened to Assam? Okay, we are
never
told
said,
Jati,
never said anyone will get 15 lakhs for that matter. That's the most misrepresented statement, which I don't know why the successive BJP spokespersons have not been able to defend so far. Anyway,
can you tell? I mean, can you also deny?
Can you also
Can you also deny that Honorable Prime Minister did not say that 16th May and all Bangladeshis will be kicked out? I am asking them, just give us a number. Give the people of Assam the number of Bangladeshis you have deported. Simple. Just give those numbers. You are in the power. Why?
Let me tell you, deportation of Bangladeshi is actually a part of the bilateral arrangement that we have between both the countries, India and Bangladesh. So deportation is easier said than done, number one. Number two, if you say that there has been if you see reports and articles that has been published recently, you will see that there is a huge decline in new influx. There has been no new influx after 2016. And apart from that, as per the promise of the government, we have been able to not only decide on the boundary but also seal the boundary. As far as it has not been completely sealed, but recently there was another discussion with between Prime Minister Modi and our Bangladesh Prime Minister that the border will be sealed up to Tripura. So the entire border will now be gradually sealed in a step-by-step manner. But earlier you will be surprised to know, Navarun, that even the boundary was not decided between Bangladesh and India. Now the boundary has been decided. It has not only been decided, but it has also been sealed. And even the riverine boundary has been sealed. Because high-level technology was imported from, that technological know-how was imported from Israel, and the riverine boundary has also been able to be sealed now. And the fact of the matter is that the influx has gone down considerably. There is no new influx. If there are any visits happening, it is only between people who have relatives staying on the either side of the boundary.
That is again questionable. We will keep that for another discussion.
Yes, it is true.
As far as influx is concerned,
that
is again questionable. Influx not happening is questionable. But coming back to my question to the Congress spokesperson, again, it's like blaming the BJP. You have not done this, you have not done that. What are we going to do? There seems to be no clarity on that. Every day we hear Congress leaders. The only thing they can do is blame the BJP.
Years old party, and it has demonstrated what it have done till India, and what BJP has done till date is the politics of divisiveness, politics of fear psychosis, politics of whenever somebody raises questions,
coming to politics of
Desdrohi and all.
Coming to politics of divisiveness. Well. You may point fingers at the BJP, but your coalition partner AIUDF seems to be beating BJP, giving BJP a run for its money, or beating BJP square one when it comes to the politics of fear. The AIUDF spokesperson had a meeting, so we had to let him go. But of course, the AIUDF Congress now together, the kind of statements Mr. Badruddin Ajmal has made over the last couple of weeks or more
that is totally
probably a perfect example of politics of fear-mongering.
Breaking down the masjids.
Well, the question
It's totally unacceptable.
There is two things, let me clarify. First of all, why a certain group of people has to think that way? That if this party is coming, whatever statement we are listening, why there is a fear psychosis developing, a state of alienating, a state of statelessness, or like that? Why this is being developed, this is to be seen.
But does that mean
who is getting alienated?
I'm not defending their statement. If you see our leadership statements, they have already clarified this matter, and Congress is a secular party. We do not believe in communal politics, and our leaders has already.
But they have also defended Ajmal at the same time.
We are not at all supporting this type of divisive statements. This has already been clarified by our senior leaders.
But so your leaders,
we are not endorsing his statement.
Including Mr. Ripun Bora, has also defended Ajmal, saying that Ajmal has not made any anti-majority community comments. So that's in a way defending Ajmal. But it doesn't give.
Already been clarified.
You may not endorse his statements, but you are the party who is going and aligning with them.
Okay, fine.
You may not endorse his statements.
For you, let us take.
If it is a statement made by his party, that means now it is a statement made by your party, because you have already formed the Gathbandhan.
For you now, AIUDF is suddenly untouchable. This is a very communal party. What about in Jila Parishads in Nagaon, Karimganj, and Darang?
Those are electoral
where
equations.
BJP is why?
Those
BJP
are electoral equations. Those are different matters.
Why
but
you had
those were post-poll.
I won't say Mahagathbandhan, Mahamilawat. Why
those
you had Mahamilawat with
those
PDP in Kashmir? And mind it, PDP is anti. They have lots of giving anti-Indian comments and all. Still, you had Mahamilawat Sarkar with PDP. You are simply power hungry. Let's accept it. The BJP is simply
if you are not, if Congress is not power hungry, then why are you aligning with a party with a so-called communal party like AIUDF? Then who is power hungry?
In Nagaon, Karimganj, and Darang.
That I have already told you. Those are electoral equations, and that had happened post-poll.
You have already
that had happened post-poll.
Arnab, clearly, are we heading towards one of the most polarized polls this time in Assam? This is what the early trends are saying?
Well, if you see, it is not the case only in Assam. If you see around the world, polarization has shifted into the election, right from the United States to the European countries like Poland, Austria, even in Germany, developed nations like Germany, in countries like Bangladesh, Turkey. India is no exception. Now, even a recent research study by a renowned institution like Carnegie Institute has said that polarization is now becoming the new normal in politics around the world. So we can't, let me say, it's difficult to prevent this at this stage now. Polarization will always seep in now.
Polarization will seep in. Janaki Goswami, are you witnessing the same? We have had statements from the AIUDF. We have had the Union Home Minister yesterday also saying that the Congress and the AIUDF cannot stop influx. They'll open the floodgates for influx.
Yes, because history stands witness to it. That history stands clear witness to it. That influx was higher, and the Congress had only used the votes of a particular section of people for their own benefit. They had been used as vote bank politics. But if you look at our, if you look at, we have been labeled as communal, but it is absolutely untrue, because we believe, being a part of Hinduism, we believe that we have the principle of Sabodharma. All religions are equal for us.
Sabka saath, sabka vikas.
Yeah, not only that,
No, this
every
is not
religion
sabka
is
saath.
equal for us.
Baniyon ke saath
And
baniyon ka vikas ho raha hai.
had we been
Baniyon ke
believers
saath
of
baniyon ka vikas ho raha hai,
polarization,
nothing
had we
else.
been believers of polarization, we would not have advocated for the removal of triple talaq. And now they are pointing fingers at us for aligning with PDP. Let me also tell you that they should also praise us for the abrogation of 370, which they are not doing. So before pointing fingers at us for aligning with PDP, which again I told you may be an electoral equation, they should also look at the fact that we are the party who advocated for the abrogation of 370, and we have been fighting for this for the last 70 years, and we are proud to say that finally we have been able to achieve
PDP
it.
or AIUDF, as long as it's fulfilling your electoral agenda, these are all fine, and moment this goes
Probably it's
against
the
you,
same with the
strike
Congress
him.
as well. It's the same with the
And then
all
coming to
parties
your
as
Honorable
well.
Home Minister's comment, he was saying what the Bangladeshis, Ghuspetis, termites, they are dimucks. And then 16 May, how many Bangladeshis being thrown out? If you're serious, see, now this concern is not about, there is already discussed about polarization and all. Now what the pulse of Assam is, people want these change, and people want some really serious business. We want our existence is in concern. Because of all these polarizations, it was never in state, and now you are just to fulfill your narrow political.
So basically,
resorting into religious polarizations. So Assam understand this. We want development, and the people of Assam will respond.
The people of Assam have restored their faith in us, which we have witnessed in 2019 Lok Sabha elections. We have also witnessed in the BTR elections. We have also witnessed in the TIABA Council elections. So people have restored their faith in us. They have complete support. The support of the people are completely with us. And I also support the comment of our respected panelist, Mr. Arnab, who had said that what is the agenda of the opposition? The agenda of the opposition, if you ask any of the leaders of the opposition, they will only tell you BJP grudhibo lage. So if the agenda is only to stop BJP, what else is, I want to ask them, what else is in their basket? Because as I told you, if you blame us of polarization, as I said, we believe in the principle of Hobo Dharma Homo Bhabo. So we have no differences among us. We don't believe in communalism. We believe in Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. We believe that everyone should progress together. And when we come to distribution, when it comes to distribution of the schemes, we have not demarcated between anyone. Whether you talk about free admissions or free textbook distributions, we have not demarcated between any communities. As we said that our leaders of our party, our Honorable Prime Minister believes in Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, and we will always stick to it.
Completely running out of time.
But they should have their agenda clear. On what agenda are they going to fight elections?
What about Biplab
All in
Sharma report?
all, I'm sorry, I'm completely running out of time. All in all, gentlemen, we are staring at a very exciting campaigning season. And certainly there will be a lot of fireworks on display. Thank you so much, Ms. Janaki Goswami, Mr. Netrajan Chaudhary and Arnab Goswami for joining me on this very informative discussion.